This man called 911 saying he heard a baby crying in his bathroom, but when the firefighters arrived, they heard nothing. Just then, the captain seemed to catch a sound. He quickly grabbed a stethoscope, and sure enough, the faint cry of a baby came through. There really was a baby in the sewer. Seeing this, Buck grabbed an axe to break the wall, but the captain stopped him. To protect the baby, the firefighters began digging by hand. Soon the sewer pipe was exposed. They carefully cut it with a saw and eventually removed the entire pipe. Using their flashlights, they found a baby stuck inside, but the baby was wedged too tightly and could not be pulled out. They applied lubricant inside the pipe, and with the captain's gentle push, the baby was finally freed. But the baby had already stopped breathing. The firefighters began tapping the baby's chest while clearing the airway with their fingers. As the blockage was removed, a faint cry finally came out. Meanwhile, a police officer noticed blood on the floor and followed the trail. They found the sewer entrance where it all happened, and also located the baby's mother. At that moment, the girl was bleeding heavily and in critical condition. She needed to be rushed to the hospital. Both the mother and baby were placed in the ambulance. The baby's condition was still very serious. The captain took the girl's hand and gently placed it next to the baby. As soon as the mother touched the baby's tiny hand, the baby suddenly grabbed it and began to stabilize. Seeing this, the girl broke down in tears filled with regret.
Get the baby to the NICU. Get the mother hooked up in room 4.
I'm gonna see you in there.
Hey, hold up. Where are you going?
That baby is alive because of us. Don't we have some kind of obligation?
I'll give them a call. See if they tell us if she's okay. There's nothing more we can do.
2 children buried their sleeping father in the sand, then playfully splashed a bucket of water over him. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck. Everyone panicked and ran away. The children rushed back to check on their father and were shocked to see the sand had turned into glass. Blood was flowing from his neck. They quickly called 911.
What happened?
We buried my dad and then lightning came out of nowhere. It's our fault. I shouldn't have done it.
It's all right. We'll get him out of there.
What was it, the lightning?
Oh, the glass.
When firefighters arrived, they found the man's pulse high and his breathing weak. They suspected heavy blood loss and began digging him out quickly. The children felt guilty and did not understand how the sand turned into glass. The firefighters comforted them and explained that lightning striking wet sand can turn it into glass. At the same time, another firefighter saw that a shard of glass had pierced the man's neck near an artery. It was partly cauterized, which slowed the bleeding.
Ibrahim, it's very important you stay still.
Okay.
But as they freed him, the glass also cut an artery in his arm. They applied a tourniquet and managed to save him. He was placed on a stretcher and prepared for transport to the hospital. Before leaving, he reassured his children and told them not to worry.
Everything is gonna be okay.
I love you, Daddy.
Love you too.
Well, you guys can ride in the engine with us.
A tech billionaire was kayaking in the ocean while attending a company board meeting on a video call when suddenly he was swallowed by a whale. Everyone on the call froze, stunned into silence.
Trip Hauser's lost at sea.
The billionaire? He's lost?
We know exactly where he is. We just don't know where it is.
Oh, God!
It? The whale.
There's a whale?
Well, we think it's a whale. It happened quickly.
It ate him. One bite.
That we know for sure.
Oh, man.
You have reception?
Satellite.
Fortunately, the whale that swallowed Trip was a humpback, a filter-feeding animal with no teeth and a very small throat. It couldn't actually swallow a grown man, so it only held him in its mouth temporarily. Luckily, Trip had a satellite phone, allowing firefighters to stay in contact. They instructed him to slow his breathing and conserve oxygen, while tracking the whale's location through the signal.
Minutes.
When the animal comes up for air, it'll probably spit him out.
How long does Ewan McGregor say they can stay underwater? At least 45 minutes.
And we gotta somehow force it up.
How?
Since whales are highly sensitive to sound, the team decided to use noise to force it to surface. They placed a parking cone over a fire truck siren, connected it to a gated Y and attached a fire hose. Once activated, the 120 decibel sound traveled deep into the ocean, quickly reaching the whale. Meanwhile, Trip's condition worsened. As his oxygen ran low, he began to lose consciousness. Disturbed by the noise, the humpback whale surfaced and spat him out. Eddie immediately dove into the water, pulling Trip to safety. After CPR, he regained consciousness.
We got him!
You stay away from that fish.
It's a mammal, sir.
Trip Hauser.
He's still at top of the food chain.
Loud and clear, Trip.
A woman accidentally started a fire in her kitchen. The fire was not large. If they had arrived a little later, it might have extinguished itself. For safety, the firefighters still inspected the entire house. The woman thanked them, but just as they were about to leave, she ran out and said her diamond necklace was missing.
My diamond necklace was sitting right there on my dresser, and now it's gone, and one of those firemen took it.
Soon, Internal Affairs arrived. They were accused of theft. They could lose their jobs and even face charges. The captain instructed them to cooperate with the investigation, even if they felt it was unfair.
If you saw the missing item or anything else at all suspicious.
I know what you're gonna say.
On my best day, I'd have to fight the urge to choke that guy out. Chief, you know as well as I do. None of my men took that necklace.
I hope not.
However, during the inspection, it was discovered that the woman was deeply in debt. It strongly appeared to be extortion.
The diamond necklace, it's an insurance scam. With all the artwork, Sandra and Richard Vaughn, they're selling their entire art collection at auction. You don't sell your art collection. Your children sell your art collection after you die. Or you sell it if you
I'm
need the money.
stealing a necklace.
She
I have things
didn't
to
set the fire. But when it happened, she saw an opportunity to cash in.
Yeah.
That night, a firefighter went to see her alone. He took out a thermal camera and began speaking seriously. He said the device had captured the entire rescue. Once the police reviewed it, the truth would be revealed.
So don't worry.
Great. So maybe you should leave now.
At the same time, Internal Affairs received a call from the woman. She said she had found the necklace under the couch and withdrew the report. His teammates were confused about how he managed it.
So what'd you do?
I just told her we recorded the whole thing on our thermal cameras.
But thermal cameras do not record, so if she had not been so uninformed, she would not have been frightened by such a claim.
Tell me and...
Help!
The boy shouted for help, then turned and ran. He said he was playing hide and seek with his younger brother, but his brother got stuck in a laundry chute. A firefighter looked inside and saw a boy curled up struggling to breathe. They rushed back to the truck to get tools. Soon they found his exact position and broke a hole in the wall as they cut open the pipe. The mother returned from shopping and saw her son crying, covered in tears and snow. Then she saw her younger son twisted inside the chute. To keep her calm, the captain stepped forward to comfort her, but she remained composed at first. She sent the older boy home, not wanting him to witness it. Then she finally broke down. Her younger son was carried out and rushed to the hospital as fast as possible, but not every story ends in a miracle. The boy had been without oxygen for too long. In the end, he didn't survive. He never got the chance to experience the world. His life ended just like that.
Tay has been to your firehouse. It was all he could talk about for days. He said he wants to be a fireman. Help people.
Hey, I'm the one that called you. It's my neighbor.
A cockroach as thick as a finger was pulled from his ear. Not long ago, a man was clutching his head in agony, insisting a monster was eating his brain. When paramedics arrived, all he could do was scream that his brain was almost gone. Seeing his frantic condition, they suspected drug abuse or a mental disorder. They tried to examine him, but he insisted he had to keep moving, or the monster would burrow deeper. A paramedic quietly moved behind him and injected the liquid straight into his ear canal. To his shock, the creature inside suddenly stopped moving. They laid him on his side to find the source of the nightmare. What they discovered horrified everyone. The idea of that thing inside an ear made them feel sick. It was a disgusting rescue, but the mission was accomplished.